Let's talk about Sync. This is arguably one of the best horror comic books I have ever read. John Lee's on the pencils, Alex Cormack on the lines and art. What an absolutely incredible story this is. I'm bringing this up now because Sync Volume 3 is now out on Kickstarter. No one's asking me to do this. I'm just doing it because I love it so much to talk about how incredible this horror story is here. Sync is set in a small town just outside of Glasgow, the sort of suburb of it, the sort of dark criminal side of it called Sink Hill. It's a fictitious town that John Lees has created. So it's just truly set in a Scottish world with lots of Scottish problems and nuance to it that makes it really special. And it deals with this sort of menagerie of characters that are all intertwined in this horror set in this town. There is a leader of this gang, and he has sort of this horrific mafioso and how he controls and manipulates people. There are these crazy clowns, I kid you not, that cruise around in a blue van and abduct people and torture them. There are drug dealers, there's a tough transvestite, there is all kinds of crazy things mingling together, kids getting involved with the murder train, things that sort of frighten you and get at you in a way you never imagined. This story has a unique ability to connect you with intimate stories and violent stories all at once. And now John, when I read his posts online, he seems like the nicest guy, but this story speaks of something haunting here in Glasgow. I grabbed these volumes in soft cover. You can get them hard cover now on the campaign. Massive regret that I didn't do that from the beginning. I'm tempted to go back in and buy all 3 of them in hardcover. This one has one of my favorite stories in it about this mother who gets kidnapped by these crazy killer clowns. They do horrible things to her. She ends up killing a bunch of them, and she gets so mutilated that by the time she gets home and sees herself reflected in the mirror, she looks just like one of the crazy clowns who tried to kill her, and she can't go back home. It's that level of nuance that's provided in this storytelling. And then Alex gives you these incredible pages that are full of horror and nuance and human emotion that you've just got to check out. The craziness of a couple, an S&M couple that gets tied up, and then gangsters come in to kill them as some sort of rite of passage in the gang, and it goes south and they're beating and killing people up with S&M weapons and toys. It's nothing quite like this experience. And each time I read a new story in it or would get through one of these trades, I felt like, oh, what did I just go through?